Chase Vault. The Chase Vault haunted story is a legend from 19th century Barbados about a family burial vault whose lead coffins were inexplicably found to have moved and been disturbed each time the vault was opened, despite heavy seals being found intact. The alleged events, including the shifting of coffins belonging to the Chase family and others, continued until 1819, at which point the coffins were removed and buried separately, leaving the vault empty. While considered a major unsolved mystery by some, the legend's factual basis is unverified, and there are no confirmed alternate entrances or secret passages. The beginning. In 1808, following the burial of the Chase family's 2-year-old daughter Anne Maria, and again in late 1812 when Colonel Thomas Chase was buried there, the coffins of other family members were found to have moved from their original positions. The repeated phenomenon. The alleged phenomenon occurred multiple times over several years, including 1812, 1816, and 1819. Each time, after the heavily sealed vault was opened for a new burial, the lead coffins inside were found jumbled and disturbed. Dhaka Airport Road. The haunted story of Dhaka Airport Road involves a legend of a ghostly woman who appears on the road, especially at night, and causes drivers to swerve and crash, leading to accidents. This specific stretch, known for this apparition, is located between the Nikunjo area and the Biman office, according to believers of the urban legend. The legend. A woman, often described as a ghostly figure in a white sari, is said to appear suddenly on the road. Her presence frightens or startles drivers, causing them to lose control of their vehicles and collide with other cars or objects. The location. The haunted segment is specifically mentioned as being between the Nikunjo and Biman office areas. This is part of the road leading to or from the airport in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Beliefs. Locals and those who believe in the story claim that this ghostly woman is responsible for the accidents that occur on that part of the road. The story serves as a cautionary tale, adding to the eerie atmosphere of the area at night. Dhaka Golf Heights, Banani, Dhaka. The Dhaka Golf Heights in Banani is rumored to be haunted by a crying baby ghost and the feeling of being watched, with reports of unpleasant odors and sightings of invisible entities following people near the building, which is located next to the Banani graveyard. These incidents are said to occur late at night, and some people have reported feeling like they were being followed until they reached a lighter area. Baby crying and odor. Witnesses claim to hear loud crying sounds, assumed to be from a baby, coming from the building's windows at night. This is often accompanied by an unpleasant odor that disappears when the crying stops. Being watched. People have reported feeling as though they are being followed by an invisible entity, even when they can't see anything. Invisible entities. Some individuals have described being followed by unseen forces until they are exposed to light. Proximity to graveyard. The building is situated beside the Banani graveyard, which may contribute to the rumors of paranormal activity. Timing. The reported ghostly occurrences are said to happen during the late hours of the night. Kampung Chhnang. The Ghost House of Kampung Chhnang is a local legend in Cambodia about a house where a spirit offered a couple gold in 1993, which they accepted, but then refused to leave, leading to subsequent paranormal events and the house being abandoned. Locals now avoid the house, with some drivers stopping to make offerings at the site, which is known as the house the ghost bought. The offer: in 1993, a young couple purchased a house in Kampung Chhnang and planned to sell it for profit. A spirit then offered them gold in exchange for their home. The agreement: the couple accepted the offer, and the next day, they found gold on their doorstep as promised. The consequences: the spirits then began to haunt them, and the couple eventually fled the house. The haunting spreads. Bad things continued to happen not only in the house but also to anyone who refused to believe it was haunted. Local belief: the house became part of local mythology, and villagers became so terrified that they eventually persuaded the spirits to stop haunting people in exchange for people leaving the house alone. Present day, the house is now abandoned and known as the house the ghost bought. Drivers passing by may stop to pray or make offerings to appease the spirits. Shahidullah Hall Pond, Dhaka. Though the pond at Shahidullah Hall is not devoid of water, it does not make it any less mysterious. Many of the students and staff believe there is something in the bottom of the water body that pulls a person towards it while swimming. Though experts have ruled out the superstition, almost every year people have died by drowning in it. Around 8 people including students of the university drowned in the pond in the last 10 years. Said Bilal Hossain, senior administrative officer of the hall. There is something mysterious about this pond. Many have said they felt as if they were being pulled towards the bottom while swimming. Moayuddin, principal administrative officer of the hall, said, even good swimmers have drowned in it. He said they have set up signboards warning students not to swim there. Professor Firaz Zaman of Geology Department, however, said there is no such mystery surrounding the reservoir. The pond is very old and its water has become polluted. As the level of oxygen is less due to the pollution, the water became heavier. As a result, it is difficult to swim in it even for the experts. The hall was established in 1921. But the pond was there before that. Earlier, it was also used by the students of Dhaka College. There are 3 ghats, landing spots, in it, 2 on the western side and 1 on the eastern side. The pond is around 7 bighas and surrounded by trees and benches. Whether these ponds are surrounded by any mystery or not, they are still a vital element of the city and worth preserving. S21 Prison. The Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum in Phnom Penh was once a high school, but it was converted into the notorious security prison 21, S21. By the Khmer Rouge regime between 1975 and 1979. A hell on earth, approximately 20,000 prisoners were held, tortured, and brutally killed at S21. With only a dozen known survivors. Prisoners were subjected to horrific interrogations and torture to extract false confessions before being taken to the nearby killing fields of Koyung Ike. The voices of the dead, visitors often report feeling an oppressive and heavy atmosphere. Some have claimed to hear the phantom screams and cries of the victims echoing through the former classrooms, which were converted into tiny, grim cells. Haunting images: the extensive collection of black and white mug shots, taken of prisoners upon arrival, lines the walls of the museum. Many visitors describe the experience of walking past these images as particularly haunting, feeling the fear and despair of the victims staring back at them. The ghosts of innocence. The ghosts are said to include children who were brought in with their families. Some visitors feel an overwhelming sadness or a sense of being watched by unseen presences, particularly near the mass graves and the killing tree at Koyunike. The story of a survivor and tour guide named Shanak reportedly experienced nightmares for 10 years after starting work at the museum, indicating the psychological weight and trauma of the location for those who bear witness to its history. A spiritual belief. For many Cambodians, the presence of restless spirits, known as Nikta, is a deeply held belief, especially in places of traumatic death. The spiritual power surrounding mass graves is believed to make the spirits touchy or ill-tempered, demanding respect from those who visit. The Bibi Costa Mansion in Bolem. The Bibi Costa Mansion in Bolem is reportedly haunted by the spirits of slaves subjected to cruelty and forced labor by its former owner, José Julio de Andrade, who owned slaves long after their abolition in Brazil. According to local folklore, paranormal phenomena such as the dragging sound of chains, sudden screams, and disembodied figures and voices are reported within the mansion. Evidence of suffering. The sounds and sights reported in the mansion are believed to be the manifestations of the anguish and suffering of the slaves. Reported phenomena. Sounds. Patrons and visitors have reported hearing the distinct sound of chains being dragged across the floors. Voices and screams. Sudden screams and disembodied voices are also part of the paranormal activity described in the mansion. Figures. Spectral figures have also been seen within the mansion's grounds. The Joelma Building. The Joelma Building's haunted reputation in English stems from the tragic 1974 fire that claimed many lives, and it's now known as the Praca da Bandeira Building. The alleged hauntings center on the mystery of the 13 souls, referring to 13 people trapped and killed in a burning elevator. Witnesses report seeing spirits, experiencing feelings of sadness, and hearing unexplained noises in the building. The disaster, caused by a faulty air conditioner, was particularly devastating due to flammable materials used in the building's construction, quickly engulfing it in flames. The cause: a short circuit in a faulty air conditioning unit on the 12th floor of the 25-story Joelma building sparked a devastating fire on February 1, 1974. Rapid spread. The fire spread rapidly due to the extensive use of flammable materials in the building's interior, quickly trapping hundreds of people. The 13 souls. 13 people died in the elevator as they attempted to escape the flames, which turned the under-construction apartment in Old DOHS. Key stories all began with the building's original foundation. Old DOHS is an area built on reclaimed land, and residents had always spoken of the many unmarked graves discovered during excavations. When construction began for the new apartment, workers in lanes 4 and 5 began complaining of unsettling encounters. They spoke of hearing the sound of a woman crying from the empty floors at night. Some claimed to have seen a white, indistinct figure hovering on the unfinished balconies after dusk. The incidents escalated from spectral weeping to physical harm. A crane operator plunged to his death from the 10th floor, even though his equipment was working perfectly. Another worker suffered a serious injury after being pushed from a scaffolding platform, with no one else nearby. Soon, the construction workers refused to continue, citing a malevolent presence.